Hello. Now, do you play the Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol game mode, or do you collect World Eaters? If you do, stick around later on in this video and we'll go through the new rules, what are inside the White Dwarf magazine 513 for June 2025. So, on the front cover, as you can see, we have Angron. A lovely close-up of him. Chaos intensifies, with Lyle doing the editor's notes. Planet Warhammer, Middle Earth, one collection to rule them all. I've never played that game. Do you think it's any good? Then we have Be'lakor. What a great model, what a great character in 40k. Then we have the white lines of Charles, Khan the Bloody, and obviously Gandalf the White. We have Abaddon, another one who's got a great character in lore of 40k. Bad Place to Be a Tree. Warhammer Underworld Part 2 story, so need to get last month's magazine if you want to see the first part. Hobby Hangout, making scenic bases for your miniatures, the extended cut. So we have Urban Desolation, Into the Gutters, Mound of Skulls and Snow, Mushroom Jetty, Alien Invasion, looks a bit like the new Kill Team terrain, Building or Breaking, the Age of Sigmar, Death and Depravity, another story. Short stories are something to read in, but you got 5 minutes. Krogo's Kull, the Lord of the Gortide. Age of Chaos for Age of Sigmar. It is a year of chaos. The Excess of Violence. Keeper of Secrets, one of my favourite models in 40k. Battle Report, Khorne versus Slaanesh. When you actually read the stories of the gods and why they hate each other, is quite cool. Warhammer Underworld Glory Points. I've never played Warhammer Underworlds. Do you think it's a good game? If you do or don't, just leave a comment. I'm always interested in playing new games. Notes on the Blood Cod. Selected writings on Khorne and his followers. Chain-driven Bloodshed, a look at the galaxy's most gory weapons, the chainblades. Makes me think straight away of Blood Angels. Big knight with a chainblade. So then we get onto the World Eaters Combat Patrol. So let's have a look. So you can, looks like you can take 2 lots of 8 Goremongers, 1 Arkoth Scourguard, 10 Bloodletters and 5 Fleshhounds. So, Combat Patrol. Arkoth Scraaakkaachaa. So it starts with Khornate gifts. At the start of the battle round, you can make a Blessings of Khorne roll. To do so, roll 5d6. You can then use those dice to activate up to 2 Blessings of Khorne. See below. Each Blessing of Khorne specifies a dice result it requires. Where a number is specified, a double or triple of that value or higher is required. You can only activate each Blessing of Khorne once per battle round. Any unused dice from the Blessing of Khorne roll are then discarded. Once activated, each Blessing of Khorne applies to all the units from your army with this ability until the end of the battle round. So 5 dice. You have 2 gifts. What you can have on one take, or you can either have a 2 or a 3 dice for the results. You can get both of them potentially if you score the right result. So we have Martial Excellence. Melee weapons equipped by this model in this unit have sustained hits 1, and Warp Blades, melee weapons equipped by models in this unit have lethal hits ability. And then enchantments, we have the default enchantment, Dread Patreon. Each time the bearer makes a melee attack, add 1 to the wound roll. The bearer has the Feel No Pain 5+ ability. Or we have Whirlwind of Blood aura. When a friendly World Eaters or Blood Legions unit is wholly within 6 of the bearer, models in that unit have the stealth ability. Enemy units cannot use a fire Overwatch stratagem to shoot at that unit. Then we go on to the secondary objectives. First of all, we have Blood for the Blood God. Of course, it's Khorne. You score 2 VP each time a unit is destroyed. Again, that's very Khorne. You cannot score more than 15 VP from this secondary objective. Or the second one is Murderous Rampage. At the end of each player's turn, you score for high VP if you control 1 or more objective markers that your opponent controlled at the start of the turn. And we have 3 stratagems. Rending Strikes. In the fight phase, 1 Slaughterbound or Bloodletters unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to the damage characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in your unit. So that's 1 CP. Then we have Infernal Resilience. When your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after enemy unit has selected its targets, target 1 World Eaters unit from your army that is within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly Blood Legions unit and was selected as a target of 1 or more attacks or attacking units attacks. Effect until the end of phase, models in that unit have a 4+ invuln save, so that's also 1 CP. And last but not least, we have Unrelenting Savagery. When your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, 1 World Eaters or Blood Legions unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks. And the effect is until the end of phase, each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 for the wound roll, and that is also 1 CP. So, do you think that's quite busted, or do you think it's going to fizzle out and be as useless as a chocolate teapot? Again, leave your comments below. I'd like to hear back from you and what you think. Next up, we have Aspects of War, Debt of Blood. So it's a little game mode, what you can play. There should be some cards in here somewhere. And we go through Basic Training, Know Your Enemy by Stephen Box, Vanguard Tactics. Do you have anything that can deep strike? Deep strike further questioning. Do you have anything with indirect? Do any of your units fight first or fight as they die? What fraction? Detachment. I take it that is what you should be asking the questions at the beginning of a tournament, of each round when you, or each match to your opponent. What else have they got? Are any of your units affected by objectives? Do you have units that can advance and charge? Do you have surge units? Do you have any scout or infiltrators? Do you have any way to reduce damage? Do you have any command point regenerators? Yeah, that's quite cool questions to ask. Crucible of Blood. Snooker World Beater and his host of World Eaters. I think playing 40k is a lot more interesting and more fun than playing snooker. Some lovely models for Khorne. 8-bound Kharn. I do love the painting guides telling what colours they used. Prelude to the Bloodshed, stunning World Eater's army, fresh from the Great Crusade, Horus Heresy. The Kratos tank. I'm currently building my Horus Heresy army of Blood Angels at the moment. Then another story, part 2 from the Black Library, The Trials of Albach, A Debt of Ale. Again, you would need to have had last month's to see part 1. Then we have the White Dwarf Bunker, access granted for the Warhammer Club. Kill Team League with the guys and girls from White Dwarf. Scenarios of the month, so Khorne's Boom mission pack to play in combat in Kill Team. And then showing off people's painted miniatures in satellite uplink. I actually bought the Adeptus Titanicus start set for my birthday, and I'm just waiting for that to be delivered from one of my children. Pray for death. We have Bunker Bingo. And then the cards to play the different game modes earlier on. So what do you think of White Dwarf issue 513? Is it a hit or is it a miss? Do you think that combat patrol's any good? If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe and follow along for more videos. Thank you.